makes these men the same, their relentless drive, their willingness to leave everything in the ring, will be exactly what makes this fight unforgettable.
I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. There's a reason why I'm here.
Lamont Roach, you and your people love slam.
Because in boxing, greatness isn't just measured by where you start. It is defined by how you finish. Lamont Roach Jr. began in the same world, in the same gyms, chasing the same dream. But the paths that brought them to this inflection point could not be more different. The world has witnessed the incredible rise of Tank Davis, prodigy turned champion turned superstar. Lamont Roach Jr. has taken a different path.
That's right!
His tenacity is evident in every fight, but even more so in the long arc of his career, where he has scrapped and fought to earn the right not to be overlooked.
I'm ready to bring any type of smoke to anything in my way. I am him in that ring.
The contrasts are evident and clear.
After much anticipation, Prime Video has finally dropped the first episode of Gervonta Davis vs. Lamont Roach, gloves off ahead of their rematch. The episode has electrified boxing fans, with powerful clips quickly spreading across social media platforms.
Of course. But the only thing that's gonna matter is when we get in the ring. If you ain't on your A game, if you ain't focused,
Trying to hear that.
I'm telling you right now, you better tighten up. Because if you don't, my mother, I'm gonna make it look like a cakewalk.
Now, I promise you, on my mother, you better believe the females on and the kids. On my mother.
As the A side of the rematch, Gervonta Davis naturally took center stage in the opening episode, narrating the emotional aftermath of their first bout. The scene began in the ring, capturing a visibly dejected Davis, determined to redeem himself after a lackluster performance. Though he had previously hinted at retirement and admitted he's grown weary of the brutal sport, Davis now appears reinvigorated. In the gym, Tank looks hungrier, more focused, and more passionate than he has in years.
Good try.
Hell no, that was weak. That body shot hurt. Go back down there.
Keep pushing forward.
I haven't been in the ring in like 14 months.
The episode also showcased Tank Davis looking sharp in the gym, mentally focused despite the sting of a draw and a tarnished reputation. He seems dialed in, ready to prove himself again. This is definitely the most skillful opponent Tank has ever faced, the narrator admitted, adding gravity to the looming rematch. Oddsmakers still favor Davis to bounce back on August 16th, but many believe Lamont Roach has a real shot. Tank is fighting for far more than just a win. He's fighting for redemption, legacy, and the chance to walk away from boxing on his own terms. That explains his intense, calculated approach in training. For someone known for his power, it's striking how analytical he's become, carefully studying his opponent and playing it safe early. It's about survival, a mindset shaped by a tough, unforgiving upbringing.
10, 9, 8, 7, power, 6, 5, power, 4, power, 3, 2, one more. Good, up to here. Hold on to the page.
That lawnmower, that's that. Start that.
I made the decision of training DC because, I haven't.
The video then shifted focus to Lamont Roach, training out of Plant City. "I think I'm going to beat him up badly," he said with a sly chuckle. Whether it's bravado or deep belief, only Roach truly knows. One thing is clear, Roach can fight. Dubbed the Reaper, he appears loose and dialed in this camp, unsurprising for someone who's spent a lifetime in the sport. Like Tank, Roach has weathered boxing's highs and lows. He respects Davis's power but remains wary. "He's a snake in the ring," Roach said, noting how Tank often sacrifices early rounds, patiently waiting for a knockout.
Yeah, we still in the gym. Same day, next day, next day. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, some people just gotta know what you getting yourself into. He just might be a little off. and he be tripping sometimes. That's it. Like, I know that. People gotta know that they dealing with a wild card.
Despite previously hinting at retirement and delivering a lackluster performance, Davis has openly acknowledged his need for therapy. In a recent interview, when asked about his mental health over the past 2 years, he admitted that his past has left deep emotional scars and believes therapy will help him heal more completely, though only after settling the score with Roach. The narrator frames this as a gritty DC versus Baltimore clash, not as historic as the classic Puerto Rican-Mexican rivalry, but intense in its own right. Tank doesn't appear shaken nor overly confident, just focused, grounded, and ready for war.
Baltimore and DC, two different worlds, but they so close. We grew up together in the sport. It was always just tension and rivalry.
Even as kids, when Tank and Roach fought, those in the know paid attention. They were too young.
As he always does, Roach is seen video calling his son, saying, "I'm glad he's going to be able to witness this," referring to what could become the biggest moment of his career. At 29, like Davis, Roach has endured the politics and pains of the sport but continues to push forward. He reflected on his loss to Jamal Herring, revealing it led to a period of depression. "I got my tool bag and went to work," he said. 4 years later, he bounced back with a decision win over Hector Luis Garcia, a fighter who handed Davis a loss. Roach listed many of Tank's strengths, but emphasized one above all: explosive power.
You gonna feel all this we gotta do? Look, hey Tank, we gonna go 35-12.
Many years ago, legendary champion Marvin Hagler remarked that it's hard to get up and do road work at 5 a.m. when you're sleeping in silk pajamas. In other words, when you're hungry, when you're chasing something.
After shocking the world by battling Davis to a draw in their first fight, fans are beginning to believe that the Reaper could pull off an upset of the year contender, possibly even by knockout. While Roach is technically sound, his power is considered average, which might lead Tank to skip his usual data-gathering approach and go for an early finish. Still, Roach's skill set could push the fight to a decision. "I worked my head off," Roach said. "If he's on his way out, why not be the one to kick him out?"
It's like people selling that so even the picture where everybody was in the phone, that's just like some devil shit. Facts though, some devil shit, like they sold that shit.
Yeah, you go with that.
And you see how the guy was looking at the scorecard.
"I like to prove people wrong, and I damn sure like to prove myself right," Roach said. "Right now, they really got me messed up, so upsetting a lot of people is on my agenda." Confident and motivated, Roach declared this bout would be the fight of the year and the beginning of his legacy run. After this clash, he plans to chase another champion, whether at 130 or 135 pounds. "I want to prove I'm the best," he added. Meanwhile, according to Boxing News 24, Gervonta Davis is reportedly enjoying one of the best training camps of his career as he prepares for the high-stakes challenge of facing Roach once more. Promoter Leonard Ellerby acknowledged that Davis is serious about retirement, telling Plauz in an interview on The Laboratory that he fully supports Tank's vision and timing.
You got a talent, the money gonna come, sure. So I wouldn't even tell them to focus on the money. Like, if there's talent there, don't worry about the money. That's all you gotta worry about, the crown.
Trainer Greg Hackett calls the upcoming Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach clash a solid matchup, though he notes Roach might fly under the radar for casual fans who haven't followed the sport closely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just in height and stature. He was, technically bigger than Tank too. But Tank is comfortable at 135, so I don't blame him.
Trainer Greg Hackett shared his thoughts on the upcoming Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight in an interview with YSM Sports Media, calling it a strong matchup, especially for those who truly understand boxing. However, Hackett pointed out that Roach doesn't have the flash or star power of fighters like Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney, largely due to his reserved, gentlemanlike personality. "What's missing is that flair," Hackett said. "Lamont's not that type of guy. He's laid back. Even if he tried to intimidate you, it wouldn't fully work." His eyes are green, he's light-skinned, and doesn't exactly look like a mean bull. In contrast, Hackett described Davis as someone with serious presence. Tank's got the tattoos. His eyes look a little off, like something's wrong with him. He looks crazy. He's got the braids, the walk, the energy. He'll show up in an outfit with all the extras. According to Hackett, Davis brings the flair, and that aura matters under the bright lights.
What do you think about that fight?
It's boxing. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. It's boxing.
What kind of fight?
Lamont is just a cool bull, but he can fight and he's a champion. We should respect him as such, said trainer Greg Hackett. He emphasized that the problem in boxing today is the constant search for hype and mega fights, when in reality, this matchup between Roach and Davis is genuinely solid. Lamont Roach knows Tank Davis, and Tank knows Lamont. It's a local fight, and for the DMV area, it's massive. Hackett also drew attention to their shared opponent, Hector Garcia. They both fought Hector Garcia. I bring that up because of the level of competition. It tells you a lot. Tank fought him just a year and a half ago, which shows they're operating at the same elite level.
That's what it is. I mean, you just don't ever know what can happen in the sport. I mean, we take losses every day, even though I may have had my hand raised every time I went out there before, but when I lost my garage.
How can anyone say Tank is cherry-picking when Lamont Roach holds a title and they share history? Trainer Greg Hackett questioned. They know each other well. The only thing missing is that star power, like Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney. Those guys have had the spotlight for years, so they come with that extra flair. One of the most anticipated fights on the boxing calendar this year is the August 16th rematch between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach for Davis's WBA lightweight title. Their first clash ended in a controversial draw on March 1st, a bout that stirred heated debate among fans and pundits. The main controversy came in the 9th round, when Davis unexpectedly took a knee, an act many felt should have been ruled a knockdown but wasn't. With lingering tension and unsettled business, this rematch carries high stakes for both men.
Davis took off some of the steam in the punch, but still, Roach laid one right into the knee. He took a knee. What's he doing? It's gotta be an odd. Yeah, well, it's happening. Took a knee. He's got to count.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on?
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can, like, get disqualified for all that. Or, like, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Had the referee correctly ruled Davis's 9th round knee as a knockdown, Roach would have won that round 10-8, potentially securing him the victory. There was already no love lost between these two championship-level fighters before their first bout in March, and the tension has only escalated since. While both acknowledge each other's skills, the bad blood continues to boil as their August 16th rematch approaches. This animosity was on full display during a heated exchange on social media on June 14th. It began when Roach questioned why he has so many haters. Davis responded sharply, "It can get bad for you inside and outside. Keep faking." A fan then jumped in saying, "You said that last time, idiot. Give that man his 100K. Davis fired back, "He's not getting it. Tell him to come take it." The trash talk signals that this rematch will be far more than just another fight. It's become personal. Roach later fired back at Davis on social media, responding to one of his posts with, You're still tweeting and deleting like a fool. Really won't get on that with you. This jab prompted a sharp reply from Davis, before he deleted it along with all of his Roach-related posts. Tank wrote, "You should have been on that instead of calling around for that $250K. What the hell are you waiting on? This bag is bigger than the stuff you forgot." The back and forth stemmed from an unresolved $250,000 bet made before their controversial March fight at the Barclays Center. According to Roach Jr., both fighters agreed to the wager, but Davis has yet to honor his side after the bout ended in a disputed draw. Roach insists that Davis owes him the money and has called on him publicly to pay up. Davis's response was swift and blunt. "He's not going to get anything. Let him come and take it," he said, before quickly deleting the message. The dispute has only added more fuel to an already heated rematch buildup. Controversy reignited when Lamont Roach Jr. was active on social media during a boxing event, engaging with fans when a heated exchange between him and Gervonta Davis resurfaced. At one point, Davis responded directly, saying, "You should have been on that instead of calling for those $250K. What are you waiting for? This bag is bigger. What did you forget?" The disputed $250,000 bet originally surfaced during the final weigh-in ahead of their March 1st fight. According to Roach Jr., it was Davis who initiated the wager, reportedly saying, "I'm going to stop you. Do you want to bet?" Roach responded confidently with $250K, and Davis accepted. However, things didn't unfold as Davis had planned. Roach Jr. took him to the limit in a gritty performance that ended in a surprising majority draw. The result shocked many of Davis's followers and left the bet unresolved, with Roach now demanding Davis honor the deal, a demand Tank continues to dodge publicly. Lamont Roach Jr. revisited the $250,000 bet during an appearance on the All the Smoke Fight podcast, revealing that Davis had wagered he would knock him out, something that ultimately didn't happen. When asked if Davis followed through on the bet, Roach laughed and said, "He changed his number." With the rematch quickly approaching, attention is now split between the action inside the ring and the unresolved wager. As both fighters gear up for their highly anticipated showdown, the tension continues to escalate. The ongoing war of words shows no signs of slowing down, adding more fuel to an already fiery rematch narrative.
What is he in for this Saturday night?
I rule a weekend. For sure. He just doing what he has to do, trying to take himself out for the fight and things like that, but come off the fridge is all about skill versus skill. Who has the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
Gervonta Davis, the reigning WBA lightweight world champion, is just 2 months out from his highly anticipated rematch against Lamont Roach Jr., set for August 16th. This bout is shaping up to be one of the most challenging of Davis's career, as Roach may be his toughest opponent yet. Meanwhile, the New York State Athletic Commission is still reviewing their first fight, with no official ruling released so far.
You got a certain confidence about this fight that I've interviewed a few different Tank opponents. Everybody gonna say like, yeah, you know, everybody say this and that's what you're supposed to say, right? Like I'm going into a fight. I don't think people thinking they're gonna lose, but it just feels like you have a different confidence than most other people. Where do you feel like that comes from?
That's just how I'm wired, bro. I ain't never back down. And I damn sure I never wanted to come second to anyone. So, why would it change?
WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis's status as one of boxing's top pound-for-pound fighters is now under scrutiny following a majority draw against WBA super featherweight champion Lamont Roach on Saturday night at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The judges scored it 114-114, 114-114, and 115 to 113. According to CompuBox stats, Roach was the more aggressive fighter, throwing 400 punches to Davis's 279. However, Davis was more accurate, landing 103 shots compared to Roach's 112. The result has sparked heated debate across the boxing world.
Right, and Shakur said to me, like even the day before, I'm telling you, he's going to have big trouble tomorrow night. And I just feel like hopefully this could be the little something that gives Gervonta a little wake-up call to take him back to the mindset of maybe where he was. You know what I'm saying? No.
Talking about.
Oh, is that right? You know, that's how boxing works. It's fair to say. That's how boxing works. I'm not like totally upset. I figured.
Although one of the three judges scored the fight in favor of Gervonta Davis, the other two saw it as even, resulting in a majority draw. The pivotal moment came in round 9, when a bizarre and defining incident unfolded. After absorbing a series of sharp blows from 29-year-old Lamont Roach, a Washington, D.C. native, Davis suddenly dropped to one knee. By the letter of boxing's rules, referee Steve Willis should have ruled it a knockdown. That would have made the round 10-8 in Roach's favor instead of 10-9, potentially giving him the win on the two even scorecards. Davis later offered a surprising explanation for the incident, saying, "I just got my hair done 2 days ago, and she put grease in it. When I started sweating, it got in my eyes." The 30-year-old Baltimore native also expressed frustration with the event setup, claiming he didn't know what round it was because there were no ring card girls present, another odd element in a strange night of boxing.